Hello everybody, Mr. Blackback here again for your, looks like we're at our fourth science lesson already, so you guys have been doing fantastic. So for this science lesson, it's kind of going to be a two-parter. We're going to finish up the mystery of how Mr. Xavier died, and we're going to introduce you to loops. So we're going to start with the mystery of how Mr. Xavier died. So for that, I have to share my screen. There we go. Couldn't find the button, sorry. So for the death of Mr. Xavier, our last lesson we read this story. And if you did not get onto the lesson or you didn't watch the video and you want to try again, I'm going to let you pause it right now and read it. Basically, we had a bunch of different evidence that we could have made and a bunch of claims or guesses on how he died. So we worked on making a claim, making evidence. We boiled it down to two things. He was either murdered or he had an accident, either one. So I'll let you pause this here and read it if you're ready. If you have already read it, then we're going to go on to the next thing. After you have made a guess and make a good guess, then you are going to go on, and I'm going to give you a few more pieces of evidence. So here is your other piece of evidence. They took his body to the coroner's office and found some things on it. So the stain on the carpet ended up being red wine, and the blood on the knife turned out to be from the steak. The autopsy showed that the cuts on the body matched the pieces of glass from the broken window. It also showed that Mr. Xavier had a heart attack by an overdose of poison in his system. The only fingerprints on the knife were Mr. Xavier's. The fingerprints of the chef's brother were found on the wine glass, wine bottle, and heart medication bottle. The heart medicine bottle was empty, but the next refill date wasn't for another month. So what I want you to do here is you have new information. And the big part of this lesson is that when you get new information as a scientist, you cannot stay in your same way. You have to take the new information that you get. Science is evolving and changing all the time, and go with that new information, even if it's not what you wanted to do the first time. So now you probably can't guess that somebody killed him, other than down here, they found the chef's brother. So that's probably, maybe you can make a good claim about how the chef's brother killed him. Also, you can't really make the claim that they stabbed him. Some people made that claim. But the problem now is that the blood was from the steak and the cuts were from the window. The cuts were not from multiple stabbing. Okay? So I want you to practice making a claim at home and making it. And pause the video now if you need to. Now, I am going to end up telling you. In person, this was a little different. We were able to actually talk. I was able to hear people's ideas. I can't hear your ideas there, so make sure that you write down what you think happened, your claim and all of your evidence, your guess and all the reasons your guess is correct. That's your claim and your evidence. So the actual answer to the end of this is that Mr. Xavier was killed by the chef's brother. The chef came in, the chef let his brother in, and the chef's brother put extra heart medicine, crushed it up and put it into the steak, and he ended up putting it into the wine. That's why he had no heart medicine left. The chef's brother's was found on the chef's brother's fingerprints, was found on the wine bottle, the wine glass, and the medication bottle. So it points to him killing Mr. Xavier. Probably in cahoots with his brother, who is Mr. Xavier's chef. So good job. I hope you like that one. We will be doing some more mysteries through the year. They're really good at getting us to think like scientists. The second part of the lesson is pretty easy. It's what your homework is over today. So your homework is going to be lessons 6 and 7 on coding.org. You guys are getting really good at them. Remember, they are due the next time that you see me. So if you're an A student and you get this assignment on Thursday, you need to give it to me by Monday. If you're a B student, you'll get this on Friday. You need to give it to me by Tuesday. You can always start early. So if you get on and you see this video, for sure, start early. But I'm going to share the screen and go back to this, because I have my code.org on here. Okay, so this experiment is called, this coding part is called looping. What looping means is to repeat something over and over and over and over. That is what a loop is. So for this lesson right here, BB-8 needs to collect all of this trash here. There's 3 pieces of trash. he needs to move forward every time. If I do it just once, he's not going to have enough to go get the trash. So up here it says this coding is not quite right. So I'm going to reset it, and I'm going to add more. See, he has to move. If I count how many squares on this left part here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has to move 5 times. I can run it. Look at it, it's working. But there is going to be an easier way. I'm actually going to go back to it, to lesson 2, because I want you to try to use the looping block. Good coders, they don't like this. This is messy code. There's too much of one thing happening over and over and over and over again. You can, instead of doing all of this code, which is kind of gross, you don't want that. You can just put in a repeat block. This says repeat 5 times, that's how many. They can do it like this. That's a lot cleaner code, and especially when you are coding professionally or decide to do that later, they are going to prefer code to be like this. Otherwise, your games and stuff are just going to have way too much code in them. So now it does the same exact thing, except I use the pink loop and I made it. So make sure you use those loops, okay? Use those repeat blocks multiple times, please. Okay, sound good? That was awesome. Thanks for sharing this lesson with me. Have fun on coding and getting that work done, and have fun finishing Mr. Xavier's Murder. Bye, everybody.